Good morning, precious people. Here we are together. It's another fresh day. Or is it? We'll have to decide that later. Also, I just want you to know how thankful I might be. We'll see how I feel. For your irreplaceable light and the wisdom and joy that you bring into the world. Today, I guess some people feel like this day's a gift, but we'll figure it out, I guess, later on in this episode. So, hey, let's treat each other with some kindness and grace, or not. It's your choice. I'm just hinting at what my topic is today, but before we get into it, hey, let's check in with each other. You have your water. I hope everyone has their water. It's so good for you. You need it. Your kidneys need it. Your whole body needs it. Your brain, skin, eyeballs, everything. So let's take a drink together. I wanted a little extra drink there. It feels good. I love water. It's really great. Or I guess some people like water. I guess it can be good if you get the right water. All right, let's take a deep breath together and scan your body, see what's going on in there. Okay, let's do it. I feel good. Yeah, I can't feel anything in me. I was walking a few minutes ago and I did feel some pain in my leg. And so I put my feet under my desk. I have a foot massager. So I was like, well, maybe my foot massager will help me out, get rid of that. And it did. I don't know why maybe the muscle in the side of my leg was tweaking for some reason. But today, I wanted to give you a master class in misery. I focus so many of my episodes on trying to be happy, developing happiness, your serotonin and dopamine, and reducing your cortisol, setting goals, whatever, trying to up spiral your life, improve. If one person listens to it and learns something, that's such a joy to me. But today, I want to go the opposite way. I want to say, being happy takes work. You have to eat right, move your body, express gratitude, actually talk to other human beings. But it's exhausting. What if you just want to relax and be completely and utterly miserable? Today, I'm flipping the script to become, I want this to be the ultimate step-by-step guide on how to guarantee you a terrible day. I'm going to explore the best ways to sabotage your mood. I actually want to know about science. I always like to know the science, and today it's going to be science behind wallowing. And then, of course, we're going to look at what the Bible says about people who choose to live in a pit. In the pits of despair. The pits of despair. The pits of despair. So, over the last few episodes, I tried to talk about the architecture of joy, your mindset of freedom, and also trying to build a life of peace. But let's take a break from all that annoying positivity and let's be real. Because being joyful, grateful, and active, especially that, takes effort. Phew. Sometimes you just want to wrap yourself in this blanket of self-pity and just marinate in your grievances and just have a good, solid, miserable day. Treat yourself, right? So today I'm going to present the ultimate step-by-step masterclass on how to be completely unhappy. So if you're like me and you're just kind of tired of feeling this good all the time, this episode is for you. We're going to look exactly what daily habits you need to adopt if you want to crush your own spirit. Let's talk about the physical sabotage, the beauty of isolating yourself from anyone who even loves you, and then train your brain to see the worst in every situation. But don't worry, I'm not just winging it here. I have top tier scientific studies to back up this misery blueprint, along with some wisdom from the Bible about the danger of choosing a crushed spirit. So grab your lukewarm water. Hopefully it has a little funky smell. Yeah, and just turn off the lights and let's just be miserable together. I hope you think it's as funny as I do, because it almost feels like people choose misery to me. There's like it's well, I've talked about it before, where it's just like this scientific, like these chemicals in your brain that, and our negativity bias that makes us this way, and we have to kind of fight it. So I'm like, what if you stopped fighting it? What if you just gave in to all that negativity? Anyway, so let me get into how to become this miserable, like enjoy your misery. So let's start our journey into pure misery. The first thing we have to do is stop moving our bodies. Exercise is the enemy of a bad mood. When you run, lift weights, or go walk in the sun, you're exposing yourself to some brain chemicals that are going to make you happy. Ugh. Like serotonin, dopamine. Yeah, we don't want those, right? Yuck. You don't want to be happy. Well, every time I even say that, I'm like, but I want to be happy inside. So I'm trying to be sarcastic, but even inside I'm like, eh. So to combat this, you have to master this couch and cave method. So you stay indoors, pull your curtains completely shut. You do not want that vitamin D exposure at all. You're going to glue yourself to a screen. You can pick whatever screen you want, your phone, your TV, your laptop. Just make sure your phone, your eyes are exposed to blue light like constantly, and no sunlight. Keep those curtains closed. The science actually backs this up. A long-term study published in the American Journal of Psychiatry, they tracked thousands of adults, and they discovered that people who don't exercise are 44% more likely to suffer mental health problems. We are seeing an explosion of depression and loneliness and mental health issues. Honestly, it's, woof, I can believe it. Especially if you're not getting any exercise. So they're 44% more likely to have these mental health issues than someone who does even an hour of exercise per week. That's all it takes per week. We can all do that, right? If you want to. I mean, if happiness is your thing. Okay. So if you want to feel sluggish and blue, so just stay on the couch. Let's cave and couch. Sounds amazing. So the second step, once you're on the couch and you're caved in, no exercise, you're going to do total isolation. If someone calls you and asks you to go out to lunch, what are you going to do? Don't even answer that phone. You don't even have to give them a no if you don't answer, right? And then if you're outside and you see a neighbor wave at you, just pretend you didn't see them. And you can just get in your car and drive away. They'll forget about it. Also, just any way you can build this fortress of solitude and isolate yourself, peak unhappiness you're going to be developing. Because there's science behind that as well. A meta-analysis by Julianne Holt-Lunstad at Brigham Young University found that chronic social isolation and loneliness carry a health risk equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. isolation affect your mental health the same way that smoking cigarettes does? Oh, it's not even mental health. It says just a health risk. Wowee. It actively drains your vitality. If you want to feel utterly miserable, just cut off your community. You can just stay in your cave. It's okay. Oh gosh. It's just killing me to say all this. But someday, don't you want to just relax and just be miserable? I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to pick a day where I could just be in misery. Well, actually, when I get to the Bible portion of this, that's not going to be so funny. So, let's look at the mindset. So, we did the no exercise, just lock yourself in, stay on the couch, isolate yourself, no social interaction. Now, the mindset you're going to have. So, your body's sluggish and lonely. Now it's time to work on your brain. To achieve peak misery, you must master the art of extreme ungratefulness. Never look at what's going right. Focus exclusively on what's going wrong. Do you know a person like this? Do you know somebody? Can you think of someone who just focus on the very worst of everything? Man, what a skill, right? So if it's a beautiful sunny day, let's complain about the humidity. Deal? If someone buys you a lunch, let's just say that fries aren't so hot. Fries have issues. Either they're not salty enough, or they're limp, or they're just not hot, they're not fresh. So the goal is to hijack your brain's natural negativity bias. Behavioral scientists have shown that the human brain is already wired to pay more attention to bad news than good news. And it's designed that way to keep us safe from danger. I don't know, but you can turn this natural instinct into an absolute art form if you just try. It'll be your superpower of unhappiness. Also, Stanford University conducted a study using brain imaging that showed just a standard chronic level of complaining actually shrinks your hippocampus. It's the part of your brain that's used in problem solving, memory, and intelligent thought. So your constant chronic complaining could actually make you not solve the problem that you're complaining about, and you won't be able to have intelligent thoughts about the future, about what you're going through. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? Wow. Actual complaining literally damages your brain. Alrighty. So, yeah. Interesting. So you got your body, you're shut in, you got your loneliness, disconnect from everyone, and then just make sure you're complaining, because then you'll never see a way out of your situation. Also, researchers at the University of California, Davis, found that people who actively cultivate an ungrateful, entitlement-driven mindset show significantly higher levels of cortisol. That's the stress hormone, and it spikes your blood pressure and can completely wipe out your emotional resilience. Yeah, entitlement. It's just the thought of it, I'm like, you're entitled to be treated a certain way, and then when you're not, you're completely wrecked. I've seen it, I've experienced it. Let's not focus on doing that. So, let's see what the Bible says about this. So, there is spiritual reality behind this mindset. Even though I'm laughing at how ridiculous these habits sound when I'm saying them out loud, the truth is that human beings have been pulling themselves into a pit of misery for thousands of years. The Bible speaks directly to this behavior, and it doesn't even mince words about the devastating impact of choosing unhappiness. So Proverbs, one of my two favorite books in the Bible, it lays out psychological connections between our inner choices and the physical reality with clarity. Proverbs 17:22 says, "A joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones." So let's look at the wording. It says choosing to host this crushed spirit doesn't just make you like a drag to be around. It can literally dry up your bones. It saps your strength, your health, and your spirit. Dries up. So Proverbs also again here, Proverbs 15:15, it says, "All the days of the afflicted are evil, but the cheerful heart has a continual feast." So what the Bible's saying here is that life isn't just about what happens to us. It's this filter we choose to look through. Even today in church, they were saying be happy in the bad times, really. Because guess what? Bad times are going to happen. Bad things in your life. We all have it. We all have our traumas and dramas. But you have to choose the mindset of positivity. Because if you choose the mindset of affliction, complaining, and misery, that world looks dark. But if you choose the cheerful heart, you're living in this continuous feast. I felt that so much last week. I don't know if you watched any of my videos, but just this, gratitude feels like a feast. I've never heard it described that way except in the Bible. Yes, the cheerful of heart has a continual feast. Wow. And you can have that even when things are going wrong around you, when stuff's not going your way. But that's for those positive people, not us today, right? So the Israelites in the wilderness, God saved them from slavery, parted the Red Sea, gave them this constant fresh bread every morning, and then they lost it. They were so ungrateful. Man, they were wishing they were back in slavery just to get yummy food. It shows us that an ungrateful heart is a form of spiritual blindness, and it can completely lock us out of the blessings right in front of our faces. The blessings that the children of Israel were on their way to experience, they were locked out of it because of their ingratitude. Ingratitude. Anyway, so we're the architect of our daily life. We have a massive choice to make when we wake up every morning. If you genuinely want to be miserable, that blueprint I just laid out, so simple. Don't move, don't talk to anyone, complain about everything, and have that sense of entitlement. It will work every time. But the beautiful, liberating secret is, because you know now how to cause misery, you know how to cure it. The antidote is simply doing the opposite of those things. So if you find yourself slipping into a dark, heavy fog today, you can reverse that blueprint to break this spell over you. You can get up and walk for 15 minutes. You can call your friend and ask how they're doing. You can find 3 tiny things, even things right around you, everyday things to be grateful for. Oh, like even water. I was going to take me another sip of water here. Yes, genuinely have a heart of gratitude. Stop complaining. That bad person. Poor me. And step back into owning your power. Let's choose the good medicine of a joyful heart this week. So, if anything I said sparked a thought, leave me a thumbs up, likes, click, type something, give me your thoughts. Every day's a day to grow and learn and become more of the wonderful person you are. So, the world is just better with you in it. Just so you know, your light is appreciated and needed. And I hope you have a great day. Really, if you want to be misery, go for it. But just remember, you're the Lord's precious ones. Bye.